Hey guys. Okay, so I did a live a little while ago. I took it down because I looked at it and I'm like, I just was jabbering all over the place. So for those of you all that don't know me, my name is Charmin. Hello, Miss Hardy Hughes. For those of you all that don't know me, my name is Charmin, and I am a Forex educator. I don't work with any network marketing company. I'm not affiliated with anybody. I just decided that I learned something and I wanted to teach other people. So I said all of that in the beginning so you'll know why I'm telling this whole story and how it came to be. So in 2019 or 20, I can't remember, I created a vision board. On that vision board, well, my first lady, I live in St. Louis. I go to a church called the Spirit Church. And my pastor's wife was like big on these vision boards, right? So I decided I was going to create a vision board. When I tell you guys, like almost every single thing on that vision board came to pass. It's almost like unreal. So I had on there a house. Now at the time I was married, and I always thought that, when you get married, your husband's going to be this, knight in shining armor. He's going to provide everything or whatever. You don't really think that things are not going to work out. Well, cut to the chase. Things didn't work out, but I had already created the vision board, which I'm so glad that I did, because sometimes God allows you to do things before the storm so that it gives you the momentum to ride the storm out, or because it already sent out the assignment as to what needed to happen. So anyway, I was on my way to church this morning and I was talking to my daughter and I was like, Bree, I remember creating this vision board. And on the vision board, it had the square footage down to a T that I wanted in a house. It had the amount of bathrooms, bedrooms, finished basement, whole 9 yards, open concept, whole 9 yards, right? On the vision board, I had this thing that said, don't worry, your student loan is paid off. Because I owed like $80-something thousand in student loan. Now, this was before I learned how to trade. So this is before, right? So I had that in there. I had some ebooks that I'm going to write some ebooks. I didn't even know what I was going to write about, but I was like, I'm going to write some ebooks. I had the type of car I wanted. I had something about healing in my body on there because I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that causes inflammation to happen just wherever it can happen, whether it's in my eyeballs, my toes. Like 1 year I had to have like cast on both of my ankles because it was like from like the whole up to my knee, because my Achilles tendon in both legs at the same time were jacked up. So I was off work for I forgot how many months, but I digress. So I went back to take a look at that vision board, and it's just mind blowing to me how I created this vision and God was in agreement apparently with this vision. I didn't know how it was going to be done. I just said, okay, I'm just going to believe that God can do this. And God put Forex in my lap. Now, let me tell you how I got started with Forex. Told you, I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm not a network marketing company. I am just an educator. So I had a girlfriend that came in out of town and she was telling me about this company, blah, blah, blah. Joined the company, didn't learn anything from the company. I learned from two guys in the company how to trade. And I just decided, because I didn't really agree, and I don't believe that you should be somewhere that you don't agree with the vision with, right? So I left and I said, you know what? I'm just going to teach. That's what I went to school for. That's what I know how to do. That's what I have an anointing for. That's what I have a gift for, right? So I just started teaching people. And people were like, even before I had left the network marketing company, I was teaching. And people were jumping on my Saturday. I had a thing called Saturday Morning Basics. And people would jump on Saturday mornings, and I would stay on with them for 2-3 hours sometimes. And they would just be saying, man, people don't teach. In my upline or whatever, people don't teach. They won't show us. They won't tell us. They tell us to get on the products. They tell us this. They tell us that. But they don't teach us how to trade on our own. Well, I guess God knew what to do and give it to the right person, because I was just going to tell everybody. I started getting ridiculed for teaching people. I left. So jump to today. I was talking to my daughter about this vision board. I was at work, and yes, I still work because I love what I do. I like kids. I like impacting people. I do. So I was at work, and I was looking for something in my PowerPoints, and that came up, and I was just like, wow. I didn't realize how spot on everything had been. Like, seriously, like, you would have thought that I knew about this house before I created the vision board. I had gone out to a subdivision where they were building houses years ago. I saw something that I liked. As a matter of fact, I took a picture in that house. I did. And I put that picture on my vision board. It had white cabinets. It had the countertop. Had, like, seriously, I started building out, like, room by room. I built out my house on my vision board. I picked out my bed. I picked out my bedroom furniture. I picked out my living room. And I would just start posting stuff on my vision board. And so when God started really, really showing me how to trade, because the mentors that I had, they probably taught me a good 50% of what I know. But when I tell you it was me and God on those charts in the middle of the night, and giving me understanding and letting me see things so clearly, like, I have no desire to pull any wool over anybody's eyes or anything like that. This is like the real deal of me understanding how to do something that I think only 1% of the world really knows how to do. Now, people can go and join these network marketing companies all day long. They're going to put you on a product. They're going to tell you to trade with the product, and that product is going to be hit or miss so many times. We have a trading plan, and give me a call, 314-730-5353. We have a trading plan that's a good 85%, 80% accurate. When it's not 50,000 indicators. It is true, pure market structure. That's what it is. It's just plain market structure. So let me go back to this vision board. And I was talking to my daughter because I want her to understand how powerful her requests can be to God. That you have access to a God that is able to create heaven and earth in a word. So whatever it is I need, he's able to create that. He's able to put me on a path. He's able to connect me with people that will bring whatever I need to it. He can do it. So anyway, on the vision board, I was talking to her about the house. I was talking to her about healing. And God had been dealing with me about what I was eating, to stop eating certain things. I started pulling back. I have not had like an outbreak of inflammation in like I don't know how long. And I'm gonna be 100% transparent. So before I had gotten married, I gained a lot of weight. I went through some stressful times. I gained a lot of weight. Went to boot camp. I lost all of it and then some. And so God been dealing with me about going back to the gym. I went back to the gym. Do you know this week alone, I lost 5 pounds. Went to the gym, drastically changed the way I eat, and I'm trying to get my sexy back, y'all. Anyway, so that was on the vision board. The type of car I wanted was on the vision board. They said my car should be here in 45 days. So pray my strength in the Lord, because I hope it's exactly what I want it to be when it gets here. So that was on the vision board. Now, I had not started the Trade Masters yet. I don't know when, I don't know what made me put this on there, but I said I was going to have a Trade Masters Academy. That is what I have. When I tell you God is not slack concerning his promises, he is not. I don't have no catchy music for you all today. I don't have no twerking. I don't have no Birkin bags. But what I do have is a testimony of ain't God good all the time, and all the time God is good. Because I'm sitting here in something, honestly, I thought that a husband was going to buy me. I did. Like, you get married thinking that your life is going to be this happily ever after with this person. Sometimes that does not happen. And I don't know, like, who is going to get this video, whose feed this is going to come across. But life doesn't always turn out the way you planned. But it always ends up the way that it's supposed to if you stay in God's will. So Hardy said, I'm very interested in this. I live in San Diego. I need to change my life. Baby, call me 314-730-5353. Give me a call. I'll put my number in the comment box, in the comments, okay? 314. I type slow, 730-5353. Now, I will say this. There are some people that think that they have to be like tech savvy to be able to trade. Not true. There are some people that think they have to be a whiz at math. Not true. Some people think that you have to like give up your entire life. Part of it you do. Because there is a season of learning. We have gotten this thing down to about 12 weeks. I know people that people call me all the time. They're like, I've been trying to do this for 5 years, 7 years, 3 years. And I'm like, been there, done that. I was trying to learn to trade for like 2 years before I came across somebody that, number one, knew what they were talking about. Number two, were willing to teach me. And number three, were able to teach me. And you need those 3 things to line up. They need to know what they're talking about, right? They need to know how, be willing to teach you, and know how to teach you. Because just because you know something doesn't mean you know how to break it down. My degree is in education. Oh, by the way, my student loan is set to be forgiven in about 30 days. Oh, won't he do it? Won't he? Will. Yes. So I had like $85,000 in student loans because girl had 2 master's degrees plus an extra 30 hours. But when I tell you, I don't know, I can't give glory to anybody but God. I really, really can't. So, anyway, I learned how to trade, and it has just changed my life. Everything I know, I'm going to tell you. I don't save anything. I know people that they will purposely hold information back from people, because here is what I do know. As long as you need somebody, you're going to stay there. And in order for businesses to grow, they have to have a customer, right? So instead of them doing stuff the right way, they withhold information. They give you just enough for you to know there's something to this. There's money that can be made, but they're not teaching you how to independently go into the market and trade. I'm going to teach you that. I'm not going to hold anything back. We have a 12-week course. One of the gentlemen that was, I told you, instrumental in teaching me how to trade, that is our senior mentor. I taught my niece how to trade, and she took it from me to the moon. She's going to be your intermediate teacher. I teach all the babies coming in. And I tell you guys, when you come into the Trade Masters, it's 3 steps. I'm like your elementary school teacher, where I'm going to hold you by your hand and I'm going to love on you and like, okay, guys, I'm going to stay on. All of us are like this in this regard. We don't get off of a call if there is a question. We just will not. We're going to answer every single question. And so I'm like that teacher. Once you get to intermediate, she's not going to hold your hand. She's going to walk alongside with you. She's going to coach you. She's going to rah, cheer you on. She's going to show you some stuff on the intermediate level that is like, I've never seen anybody teach this stuff that we teach, the way we teach what we teach. And then when you get to advanced, oh my God, I knocked over my little candle. when you get to advance, it's like running on the beach. You're just going to take off. Because by the time you get there, you should be able to hang with the big boys. So when I say big boys, we mean the big boys. We trade everything. You know, my specialty is US 30. I love the indices. I just don't like waiting on I will trade a setup if it's just staring in my face. I think GBP NZD was staring me in my face last week. I jumped in and got a few little things. We teach you how to scalp. We teach you how to swing. We talk about those market levels, those key market levels that will get you in, like with a wick entry, very little drawdown. We walk you through your FTMO challenge or whatever funded challenge you want to take. We are a one-stop shop, and we're not one of those places that's going to nickel and dime you along the way. Once you're in, you're in. There's no upcharge. There's nothing you got to buy. You have access to us. We just want to be a blessing to people. I want people to be able to create a vision board as well. Be able to see God do what he's going to do. And quite frankly, a lot of us don't have that built into our 9 to 5. We have individuals in our community that are everything from nurses to truck drivers to, stay-at-home moms to, all kinds of professions, which is one of the reasons we do all of our sessions at night. We want to make sure that we're catering to the working adult and not leaving anybody out. We have recordings, so you can go back and take a look at what you possibly missed if you couldn't make it, or you want to review ahead of time, or you just need a refresher. We have those built in. So if you need some help, holler at your girl. The mosquito's about to get me. I guess my off is wearing off. No pun intended. My off is wearing off. But give me a call, 314-730-5353. Or you can email me at trademastersmentorship@gmail.com. Now, I'm going to say this. If you email me, don't be weird. Don't not respond. If you're going to reach out, be willing to have a conversation. Don't call me or text me and then I text you back and you don't say anything. Because here's what I do know. Most people are not answering their own texts and their own phone calls. They're not. They have some system set in place where you've got to talk to a bot. You can't ever talk to a person. You're actually going to be able to talk to a real person. If you want to know some more details about how our Trade Masters program works, you can ask me whatever question you want to ask me, as long as it's not too personal. So that's all I really wanted to share with you guys. Write the vision, make it plain, and watch God steer you in the direction that you need to go in. One of my kids at school was telling me about he had finally heard the thing off of Pursuit of Happiness. Remember when the baby was saying there was a man and he was drowning in the water, and the man came by in a boat. He was like, get in the boat. He's like, no, God will save me. Another man came by and he was still drowning. He's like, get in the boat. And the man was like, no, God will save me. Third man came, same thing. So man died and went to heaven. And it's like, God, I called you and you didn't answer. God, you let me die. Why did you let me die here? And God said, I sent you 3 people to help you, and you didn't respond. So maybe this is your wake-up call. I don't know. Maybe you've been struggling. I don't know. Maybe I said something that kind of, hit you under the chin a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what your situation is, but I do know this. I can help you. I really, really can, and I want to. Now, I will say this, and I'm going to be just 100%. What I cannot do is help a person with a whole bunch of excuses. I can't help a lazy person. I can't help a person that just will not show up. If you show up and you try and you follow directions, I can help you. So, that being said, I think I'm going to go in the house because I cooked a pot of greens today, y'all. I think I'm going to go in the house, give me a bowl of greens and some salmon. Because I told you, I'm on a weight loss journey. Like, I'm going to post this before and after. My sister now, this is not I guess it's not a plug, but it is. So my sister did this thing called E2M, and I'm just ranting at this point. She did this thing called E2M. I think it's Eat to Motivate. She lost like 20 pounds in like 3 or 4 months. I said, oh, Jesus. So I've been doing that, and I'm back on boot camp. And I'm just super excited because I think there's a skinny person inside of me, and she's just been waiting to come out. So I'm hoping by August we can unleash the beast and still be humble. But you did not log on to hear about that. Give me a call, 314-730-5353, if you want to learn how to trade. For all of you all that logged on, hello. I'm about to go in the house. God bless you all, and have a good night.